The season right now, it's changing. And you and I, we are not separate at all from the earth. We're not separate from the universe. We're not separate from each other. It's all connected. Our science is now literally proving and showing that. It's not just some spiritual mumbo jumbo. I mean, we've got legit evidence now that we are all connected and we are the same thing. So what is ending up happening is as the season changes, you're going to feel energy shifts. So what we're going to discuss in this video is that reality right now is actually becoming more malleable than it's ever been before. What we're going to do is we're going to hone into the inner transformation and the inner season that we're experiencing. We're going to touch on how to locate what those limiting beliefs are. Because when you have limiting beliefs, it holds you back from being able to break through and experience the extraordinary magic that's blooming in your life. Whether you see it or not, it is blooming. But if you can't see it, then how are you going to use those opportunities that life gives you, right? Life, the universe, God gives you opportunities. It's your power to decide to use that opportunity to move forward with it and in it. How do you know if you've got a limiting belief? Really simple, really easy way to locate that you may have some limiting belief is, do you have a goal or something you've been saying that you've been wanting to do lately, or even for months or for years, and for some reason it just hasn't happened? Have you ever experienced that where you know that there's some kind of change you want to experience in your life? Something. But for some reason it still hasn't happened. I want to have a really solid relationship. I want a really solid relationship to bloom in my life. Why hasn't that happened? Probably because you've got some limiting beliefs holding it back from being able to take place. If you want to build your own career or move into some kind of new area of your life to work on and some passion project and it still hasn't happened, you have a limiting belief. So let's go ahead and take a look at one that is relevant from my own life to help you to use it as an example. Now, I knew from like the first week I started using drugs, this was years back, like junior year of high school. I knew, and I kept saying to my close friends and comrades at the time, I need to stop doing this. I don't want to do this anymore. I hated it. It was so painful. I was losing confidence in myself. I felt sick. And I kept saying I wanted to stop. And years went by, and I kept saying I wanted to stop, and it never happened. When I really took a look at that, I got to the source and saw that I had a limiting belief. My limiting belief was that I need drugs to succeed. I have to change myself to be able to really succeed in life. If I'm going to be able to do the career of my dreams, if I'm going to be able to have friends and relationships, I need substances to be able to help me to match that reality because I couldn't figure out how to do it on my own. I thought there was something wrong with me. It had been told to me so many times growing up that there was. So I found this limiting belief, completely let go of everything I've just shared with you about my story, and tune into yours. Notice, is there an area of your life you've said for years you wanted to change, but it still hasn't? There's a limiting belief. Take a good look at what feeling comes up. What's your block? What is it that makes it so you don't actually act on it? And then you'll see your limiting belief. Now, here's the key. The real key is to acknowledge when those feelings come up, when you feel like you can't do it, you can't push through into this new reality you feel calling you. All you have to do is be aware that what you're experiencing is a limiting belief. It's a pattern. That's all it is. It's a pattern because it's been hard in your life so far. You know, we've all gone through stuff. We go through amazing things too, but we go through stuff with our families, our peers, our society. You know, we go through breakups, all kinds of things happen. We go for a goal that we really believe in and we think we fail. It didn't work out the way we wanted. So we beat ourselves down and we start creating these limiting patterns. Has this ever happened to you where you got some limiting pattern that's holding you back from experiencing an incredible life? Well, I want to let you know that's it. That's all you have to do when it comes to limiting beliefs and patterns. You just recognize that you're experiencing a limiting belief. It's a pattern that comes up in your life. You accept that it's there. It's okay. You don't push it away and say you shouldn't be here. What you do instead is you put your hands over your heart and you say, it's okay. I love you. Past 7-year-old version of me that went through this experience. It's okay. I love you. I understand that you feel that way, but it's not relevant to my situation now, and I'm ready to move on. So here's the thing about patterns and beliefs. They're going to repeatedly come up throughout your life. Your job is to recognize when it starts happening so you don't let it unconsciously take over your life. Then what you want to do is move forward anyways. So you don't need to become fearless. I want to just be totally clear with you guys. I experience fear and challenges too. I experience the energy going down in my life sometimes, and sometimes I experience it going up. I'm just like you. And the key is not that you need to be fearless and eradicate all your fear. It's to realize and be aware when your fear comes up that that's what it is. It's just fear. And then you decide to move forward anyways. Fear is a normal part of life. Move forwards anyways. And every time you do that, every time you keep moving forwards, it becomes easier and easier, and you start to grow a self-confidence and power within yourself that is like such a knowing. Like, I've got this knowing in myself now because I've been doing this for years, and you could get to this place too, probably a lot faster than me, because you're attracting this content, so clearly you're ready for it. It took me a long time, but I don't personally feel like it's going to take you that long. I think you already get it. That when it comes up, when that discomfort comes up, when that fear, when that anger, when that anxiety, when the depression, just realize that it's not really relevant. It's not real. It's a pattern. It's like a programming within your human computer. And then you just choose to say no, and then you say yes to who you really are, who you really want to be. And that's what you deserve. So that's how it works. If you have any questions with limiting beliefs, if you could put them below, I'd love to come back and make another video to this, answering your guys' questions as best as I can, because I'm not a professional. I just want to be clear, I'm just another guy like you. But that's also why I know that I could be the perfect person to work with you on this and to help you move through what I've worked through, because, you know, I'm just like you. There's no difference. Now, let's look at the changing seasons. As the season changes right now, you may notice a shift in energy. It's not 100% guarantee you're going to feel this way. You might be feeling really up right now, and that's awesome. So I'm not telling you some fortune that's going to absolutely come true. You're in charge, not me. But I just want to let you know that it's likely that we may feel some lower energy. In the winter, that's normal. The animals feel it. The plants feel it. We're all connected. Now, it ends up happening when you've got this epic goal in your life, like I do. Like, I love making these videos, and my goal is just to continue really focusing on being a high vibe, meditating a lot, doing lots of yoga, tuning into my heart so that I can share the most clear, synchronistic content with you that's going to help you to elevate your life. That's my goal. What's your goal, by the way? Actually, I'd love to know. If you're willing to share it with me, I'd love to see. But the point is that this goal, as winter comes, I might start feeling lower energy. And if I really, really am dedicated to my goal, just like when the fear comes up, just like when the energy comes up of those limiting patterns, you move forwards anyways, right? But here's the kicker, that if you can really understand this, and I know you will, it's going to transform your life. If you resist the changing energy, if you push against the natural process of the universe, which is like this, okay, this is the natural process of the universe. Notice how it's continuously going up, but sometimes there's dips, right? If you resist that, if as soon as it starts going down for you, you're freaking out and panicking and clinging to that previous mountaintop you were on, you're trying desperately to make sure things stay the same, that you're in the same vibe, that everything's happening exactly the same, you're actually entering a state of resistance, and you're rejecting the natural flow of life. And if you want to really succeed, which I know you do, and I know you're meant to succeed a lot in your life, you wouldn't be seeing this video if that wasn't you, then you got to understand that you need to go with the flow of energy in life. You want to go with it. Yes, carving your own path, not being a dead fish in the stream. Know yourself, know what you want. But then you got to just understand that if you're always trying to make sure you feel a certain way or things look a certain way, then you're not in an enlightened state. In an enlightened vibrational state, if you guys have seen the scale of consciousness, I'll actually pop it up on the screen for you right now. It's this scale. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that I'm pretty confident that if you're watching this video, you're somewhere between right here where I've circled. You're right around love. Sometimes you go up into the joy, peace, and enlightenment, and sometimes you go down to the reason. But that's where my community is, and I just know it to my core that that's who we are, and we're expanding that energy together lately. So I want to let you know that it's okay sometimes to shift around the scale. If all of a sudden you lower a little bit and you're panicking trying to get back up higher, then what you're actually doing is lowering yourself even more. Because the enlightened vibration, the peace vibration, the joy, the love vibration accepts wherever it is and knows that it's okay to be there. Does that make sense? The real message I want to say is that I really believe that this winter is going to be the most powerful manifestation winter that you've ever experienced in all the years you've been alive. I really believe that. I really, really do. And I know that reality is becoming malleable more and more every day. And I know that you and I are connected, so I know that it's true for you too, not just me. That you're becoming more powerful and expanding. And I want to let you know something that I've had to learn, and it comes up time and time again for me to relearn, because sometimes I forget. You're doing a great job, and it's okay to not always have things look the way you want them to. The fact of the matter is that when you need things to always be a certain way, when you're very controlling in that sense, and when you get upset when you don't feel exactly the way you want to, you're missing out. You're missing out, because I know you've got goals, I know you've got big dreams, and I promise you they will come true. Trust me. I've been discovering things lately in my meditation. I don't want to go off topic here, but I promise you that if you've got goals in your heart and visions that are being shown to you, it will come true. You are literally being shown your future, the story that you've already written for yourself. It's like your future self has a rope pulling you forwards, okay? I just want you to really know, because I care about you so much and because I'm going through it too, that if you reject whenever life does this and you get mad, you're missing out. If some kind of painful experience happens in your life, if you lose someone, if something doesn't go the way you want to, if you got rejected by someone when you put your heart out there, whatever it is, if you reject that, if you're mad that that's happening, if you think that feeling sad emotion or pain within you is bad, then you're missing out on life. Because I promise you that there's a vibrational state of conscious awareness that is your natural state. And when you feel pain, you cry in ecstasy. You don't reject it. You don't not want to feel pain, because you feel how truly beautiful it is that you can feel that at all. That this incredible experience, that any of this could be happening. When people in relationships come into your life, you don't cling to them trying to make sure they stay there forever. You just appreciate them. And there's this continuous awareness and knowing that this is an incredible, incredible world and reality. You don't need to hold on to anything to enjoy it. As a matter of fact, if you can figure out how to not hold on to things, then you will truly be able to enjoy it. I know this was a lot of stuff I threw out in this video. It went all over the place. If you want to hear anything else expanded, let me know below. This is going to be a great winter, guys. Much love to you. See you for the next video.